Gonna get round in 3? No. It's small, but it ain't that small. Good morning guys, welcome back to Just Pure Cars. Today I've got something new to test drive. A friend of mine from Autocolour in Wootton Bassett gave me a call and said, hey, I've got a fun little hot hatch for you to check out. Do you fancy come along and give it a drive? So I said, yeah, why not? So this is what he gave me. That's right, it's a Renualt Twingo Gordini edition. Okay, so this is the Renualt Twingo Gordini series. It's actually a Gordini 100, and this is the smaller of the two Gordini series. There's the 100 and then the 133. And as you can imagine, the 100 comes with 100 brake horsepower. Now, if you're like me and you used to have family holidays in France when you were a kid, you know all about the Twingo, and you were probably jealous that they were on sale in France but not in the UK. So Renault, I think, heeded to everybody's pleas that we wanted a small Renault, smaller than the Clio, you know, for a city car, and eventually they brought the Twingo brand to the UK. And the Gordini part is essentially Renault's answer to Fiat's Abarth. Gordini was a famous engine tuner back in the 1950s, had great success, and he ended up partnering with Renault. And eventually it became Renault Sport, and recently Renault decided to relaunch the Gordini series in a series of small hot hatches for the Twingo and the Clio, and this is the 2011 version of the Twingo Gordini series. So the Gordini 100 has a 1.2 litre turbocharged engine producing 100 brake horsepower, hence the name Gordini 100. It will get you to 0 to 62 in about 9.8 seconds, so not rapid, but you know, not super sluggish either. It will go you all the way up to the blistering heights of 117 miles an hour top end. Now that is not what this car is about. This car is about small, fun driving, you know, perfect for the city, perfect for somebody, you know, maybe their first car, they just need something to get around, but they don't want something box standard, they want something that looks a bit cool. And I think that ticks all those boxes. And the Gordini series comes in 3 different colours. You've got the Manta Blue, you've got a white version, and then there's like a pearlescently black version as well. This is the Manta Blue version. Each one has contrasting interior trim. This one has the black sort of piano finish on the inside, and then you've got these Gordini series seats, obviously branded up here as well. And as seats go, they're pretty comfortable. They've got nice sort of wings on the side, body hugging wings. They seem fairly comfortable. The positioning actually isn't too bad. I thought it was actually going to be a bit more sit upright that I've experienced from other small sort of French cars, but actually this isn't too bad at all. Now this is just my first drive of this car. I haven't got any miles under my belt really, and already it feels like it could be a bit of fun through the corners. Say the suspension is pretty hard. This one actually replaces the GT, the Twingo GT from pre-2010, and it keeps the GT spec suspension, but it has the obviously updated look on the outside, and it's got the newer engine as well. And say it's not as quick as the top of the range 133, which comes with 133 horsepower, but you know, for a mid-range hot micro hatch, it's pretty good. So this car, I would say, is going to be perfect for somebody that is living in a city or a town that has to deal with, you know, city life, no parking spaces anywhere, but doesn't want to have to, say, go for a smart car, or, you know, want something a little bit different from your traditional micro cars. And I think this is a pretty good shout. say the dimensions are really small, but it actually feels quite spacious in here. There's some really cool little trick seats in the back, which is something that goes across the Twingo range, where each individual seat in the back is adjustable. They slide forward and back, which means if you've got people in the back, you slide them all the way back, you've got hardly any boot space then, but you can get adults in the back then. Or if you've got no one in the back, you slide them all the way forward and you've got a bigger boot. You can actually drop them down as well, and then you've got even more space. So actually, for such a small car, it's quite practical in that respect. Alright, let's give the engine a quick go. It picks up alright, you know. Because there's no weight to this car, I mean, it's not like pin you in your seat, but that's pretty quick. I'd say that's quicker than Minis I've driven in the past. Not bad, Renault, not bad. About the cabin, it's not a bad place to be. I mean, it's as to be expected, plastic everywhere, but the quality of the plastic seems okay. It is a cheap car. I mean, it's not a lot of money, so what do you expect? The steering wheel is ugly as sin. I mean, it is really horrible. I think they haven't changed this steering wheel since 1997 or something. It looks like, I remember sitting in a Spas when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, and I swear the steering wheel was the same. It's horrible. It's massive. They could have done a much better job with this over everything else. But in terms of, you know, the layout, you've got this cool little speedo right in front of you with the blue line. It's not a red line, it's a blue line on here because of the Gordini edition. You've then got your digital readout over here for your speedo, your fuel gauge, your clock, your radio, and everything. And then standard spec, it comes with all with aircon, which is quite nice. It also has an aux in port, so if you want to play your own music through the stereo system, you can. Electric windows as standard, and I said those Gordini series seats again as standard. Visibility, really good. Nothing but window. That's all I can see is window. The pillars are really slim. You know, the window at the back is great, and actually, you know, the rear visibility through the mirror is really strong. So actually, it's not a bad cabin to be in. I'd say the seating position isn't bad. I've definitely sat in worse from a French brand, where you really sit upright and feel like you're standing down on the pedals. But no, this is pretty good. It's got a cool little gear lever, the Gordini edition gear lever with the blue and silver top. Gears feel a bit clunky, but again, not too bad. All up, I'd say, yeah, they've done a pretty good job. I mean, brand new, this thing was like 11.5 grand. This is obviously a few years old, this one. You're probably looking at about 4,500 for this. And I think, again, if you think about the type of person this car is going to appeal to, it's going to be your younger drivers that want something that looks a bit more special than a box standard car, but isn't going to cost the earth on insurance and petrol. I mean, that 100 brake horsepower engine is you know, a bit of fun, but it's actually really economical. I think Renault claims like 49 miles to the gallon. Obviously not if you're driving it like a new driver probably would, but yeah, overall I think this would be quite a nice choice. The looks are pretty cool. It definitely stands out from a regular Twingo. It doesn't look quite as aggressive as maybe the 133, which looks a bit more sportier, and the newer version as well. Looks like Renault have really upped their game in terms of exterior styling. On that one, it looks like a bigger update. but maybe not quite as streamlined as this one. That looks a bit more bulky. So what do I like and not like about the Twingo? I love the size. I love the fact it's so small, yet it's really practical with those sliding rear seats. And I like the fact that the front is really spacious, or at least it feels spacious. You've got, you know, cubby holes, you've got your glove box down there, which is fairly big. You've got door pockets here. You've actually got this little weird tray just on the front dash. Not quite sure what you're supposed to put in there. Sunglasses or something, I guess. But for me, it's the visibility which is the main point. It feels so open and airy considering you're in quite a small car. But again, the seats are super comfortable, so that's a real positive. I like the styling of it. I think if you compare it to a regular Twingo, this looks a little bit different, a little bit more sporty, hence, you know, it should do because it's a Gordini series. I like the layout of the cabin. You know, having the rev counter there, it's very sort of mini-esque, I guess. And then you've got the digital readout, although the digital readout looks even more dated than my Type R does. So that's not great, but hey, you can see how fast you're going, and that's the main thing. I like the body styling, I said. What I don't like is this steering wheel. It's horrible. It's just the ugliest thing in the world. It belongs on a boat or something. The gears are a little bit clunky, but not too bad. The ride is firm, but not firm enough, and you know, the setup doesn't give me the confidence that I'd expect to be able to throw it into the corners. So that's something. The engine, it's got some power to it. I mean, it's 100 horsepower, so it's not crazy, but you know, it does go, but it could be quicker. But I think as an all-up package for something, you know, somebody that's looking for a small car, either for a city car where you need to be able to park it anywhere, or for somebody that's just passed their test and they're looking for, you know, something a little bit more special than their mum's Astro or something, then this is actually not a bad idea because it's not expensive. You know, second hand, this is about £4,500, 2011 edition. So it's not expensive, but it is fun to drive. You can get your mates in the back, so you can get 4 of you in the car, no problem. You won't have any boot space by doing that, but you know, at that age you don't carry stuff around like that anyway. So I think, yeah, as a first time car, it's great. Why not have one? And then there's somebody that's just looking for something for a city car, yeah, again, it's a pretty good shout. Okay, so my standard barometer of whether a car is a good one or not is base minimum. Does it make me smile? No matter, forgetting everything else, does it make me smile and want to drive it? Yes, it makes me smile, and yes, I want to drive it. I mean, it is fun, right? That little engine, it's got a bit of go in it. I just want to keep trying to push it a bit more, get used to the tyres a bit more, the suspension set up a bit more. It's a little bit greasy today, so I don't want to throw it around, but as I said, it makes me smile, and that means it's a winner in my book. Okay guys, that is it from me from the Twingo. I just want to say a big thank you for all of you for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. If you've liked the video, hit the like button. And of course, if you've got anything to say, any comments, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer you all. Appreciate you being here with me, and I cannot wait to see you on the next video. So, take it easy guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.